Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. In this video we will have a look at the 10 round Beretta APX magazine. The APX and APX A1 are using the same magazine. In this case we have a 10 round magazine with a black follower. For a time they had red followers as well. So we see how that differs compared to a regular, in this case 17 round magazine. We look at the internals. I already took the item apart and saw what is different. I think that is quite likely interesting for quite many of you to see the difference and what can be done with it. Packaging for that item is the regular Beretta package here that we see. That magazine was on sale. I get a lot of stuff that is on sale, and I'm not gonna plan to do much with that 10 round magazine other than simply use it for training, so I can save on wear and tear of the regular magazine by using the 10 round magazine for some of the shooting. So as we take it apart, as usual, the floor plate, as you take that off by depressing the plunger, is spring loaded. You need to be careful because of YouTube and the whole garbage that is going on there. I do that behind the camera. So basically we have the floor plate, we have the spring with the retainer and the follower, and then of course the magazine body. Those magazines, by the way, are made in Italy. Now I'm not 100% sure if they are made by Beretta or if that is like Mekgar or some other company. There are some others than Mekgar as well that make magazines, but what I can sure say is the magazines have a high quality. So the steel is heat treated and relative hard in case you want to drill or mill on it. That is not as soft, say, as magazines that are made in USA, say by ProMag. There it's the opposite. You often can drill, mill, grind and whatever have you, relative easy to change the shape or the function. So what we have as a different part is basically the magazine spring and the body of the magazine. As we look at the other parts, the follower, the retaining plate, the floor plate, the bottom part here is all the same. That is interchangeable. It's just the spring, the actual spring, and the magazine body. So basically the metal parts are different. Now prior we look at the dimensional difference. I did test assemble the 17 round body with the 10 round spring and loaded it up, and that did work fine. So the spring is not the problem, it's basically the magazine body that gives you the problem. So that did work. It's quite likely not as perfect for the spring how it should be or could be with a wider spring, but in a pitch that works. So as we have here on the left side again 17 round, this one is 10 round. As we look, it looks optically different. It's a little bit longer as well. That is brand new, that already was loaded for a while. But as we see, the width, this one is way narrower compared to the wideness of the other one there. So basically it needed to be a bit more narrow that they can bypass those two dimples that are on each side on it. So it looks a bit like a single stack spring, but again it would work with the correct body as well. Then for the body, the main difference are is this part and that part, and this of course on both sides. So they did like they did in the past. They stamped the part in there as they make the body, compared to a regular magazine where it's just a little bit stamped in there. It goes way more in. We see that there as well. So the dimple stands in and in the way of the cartridges quite a bit. I would say each side about 3 mm compared to the rib what we have here. So that's the main change that they did. Also, we have to see it's not only the middle part that is really in. They bended it out inwards a bit on the side as well. So it's not gonna go straight down, if you see what I'm talking about. It's a little bit angled. So to get that dimple there, how it is, the camera see it really well. Amazing. So you get a bit impression on how that looks with those 4 dimples compared to smooth, just the ribs there for the ammunition. So those ribs are in there that the cartridges doesn't touch the magazine wall on the side, to give it a bit more distance in case dirt and debris or oil or whatever gets into it. That in the past many magazines did not have that. They simply, the ammunition simply touches the side of the magazine body, and that can lead to trouble, to problems, also corrosion if you have bad luck. So this is for sure a good approach. Now the biggest drawback, I would say, by that kind of magazine is that part here, the magazine lock. So it's an over insert stop and a magazine lock, but the thing stands out quite a bit, and if you use magazine pouches and all that, that is a bit a problem that gets in the way there, if that is not specially made for such magazines. Remember, usually magazines like that are just flush in the front, and then they have a slot on the side, left or right side, to lock with the magazine button. This system here is really unusual, and unfortunately I would say that is one of the few weak points of the Beretta APX system, and they're not gonna change that. Then for the magazines, basically that style of magazine is standard with a longer plate at the bottom is the maximum that you can get. There is to the day, unfortunately, still no aftermarket magazine with like 30 rounds, 32 rounds available, either from, it doesn't matter, of course perfect it would be from Beretta directly, quite likely not gonna happen, but at least that the American company ProMag can buckle up and make such magazines in a 30 round. That would be great. One can wish, right? So after all, it's USA and pursuit of happiness. One last point that I want to show is another unusual feature, or relative unusual feature. So as usual, we have in the middle the button there that goes through the center, and that is where usually magazines lock, just in the middle. Beretta did put this ledge on it that locks in that depression there in front, so that gives you 2 points of locking. That is really nice done, how they did it in that way. That is a positive, so you don't only have one button to push, but there is a second locking part as well. The overall quality for the magazine is outstanding, and if you see the 10 round one, like for $14 $15. That is a really good price on sale, and for training to save the good magazines is that sure well enough, better than any aftermarket magazine. So that much about the Beretta APX and APX A1 factory Beretta magazine, the difference between the 10 round and the 17 rounder.